Um, can other students move forward so I don't have to yell? Move forward a little bit. Um, we will review this and this today, and all this in chapter 13. This chapter took longer than no cell phone, no whispering, no small talk, okay? Our discipline put down your cell phone. Put down your cell phone. The sampling, and let's start with the exercise. The sampling. For students online, this is the page 283, question 13.19. Question 13.19. So, let me 13.19. Some students say it's hard. If you know, then it's not hard. If you do not know, we are at the center. We are at the center of our statistics. It's the core. Put it in this way, it's the core of statistics. Okay? If you can digest these and the next chapters, then you are good. So let's read the question. Suppose the proportion of Americans. So they say the economy is good or is bad. Suppose only 37% say good. So it's sort of like, what's the percentage? Are you voting for Biden? So this is the yes or no situation. There are two scenarios. I want you to keep in mind. In statistics, two scenarios. Make it red. Two scenarios. Is it S or yes? Anyway, so one is yes or no. It's a kind of binary. is a binary, right? It's only Biden, Trump, yes or no. Here, you like the economy, or you don't like the economy. Is this a scenario? Here says P equal proportion P means that 37% rate. Economy is good. Okay, all adult Americans who rate the economic condition in the United States. And this is consistent with the Gallup poll conducted from February to March in 2008. At that time, the market crashed. The market crashed. It was a very bad situation. So let me. The second scenario are numbers. A number like the average height of American woman. We saw the example last class, right? The average height of American woman, the SAT score. Those are numbers. Those are not yes or no. Those are numbers. Okay? Our class, the final exam score, the distribution, those are numbers, not a yes or no. If at the end the university comes to ask you yes or no to your teacher, that is this. That is yes or no. That is the binary. Another scenario is the number. The two scenarios, the calculation is different. The calculation is different. The formula, the math formula is different. So when you see a question, you need to think, is this or is that? Okay, don't get confused. When you're looking, if I give out the example on the textbook, you should keep in mind, I'm talking in this situation or is this situation. Okay, right now, apparently is this situation. 37% says yes. So if we took many SRS, what is SRS? SRS is a simple random sampling. I borrow the, can you see it? Is recorded? Huh? Huh? Simple random sampling, SRS. The online students are very diligent. They keep watching my YouTube and they send me questions. Teacher, so Frank is doing a good job. Simple random sampling, okay? So if we took a simple random sampling of a size 3500, this is the sample size. What this means, before we answer the question, what's it talking about? Can you understand? Can you understand? So The story is they, they want to get the opinion of the across the whole country, to find out um, the national. Do you like the economy? No, no, like. And of course, they cannot ask everybody in United States, like I said. So they do is they select these 3,500 people. They randomly select 3,500 people. Maybe it's on the phone book, randomly select. Call him. 3,500 people. And say, sir, we are doing a survey. Do you think the economy is good or bad? And they get this p hat. P hat means the sample. Okay, this means the national. Okay, this p hat is the proportion of the sample. So the 3,500, the proportion. Let's say 40%. Let's say 40% say yes. So the p hat is p hat. First time, let's say is 40%. And if you get another sample, which is this many people, let's say this is the first day you did, you will get, it's a lot of work. But you got paid. If you're working for this, you got paid. You're doing this. So the first day, they select 3,500 people. They get this. The next day, they again select another random sampling, another this. So we are getting this one. It will be different. Will vary from sample to sample. Will be different. I'm making up. Maybe this. And you keep doing. The third day, you get another 3,500 people. And they say, sir, do you like the economy? You get another one. Let's say with the hat, it means the sample. Okay? The proportion, the P proportion in this scenario. We are doing all this to find out the mysterious. The national. We are doing all this to find out the national, which we don't know. We want to find out. We want to estimate. Only God knows. Who knows across the United States, everybody, what's the proportion to like the economy? Or across the country is going to vote for Biden? Who knows? But we're doing this sampling to estimate. This is like a ghost number. We are doing the net. Using a net. We're using a net. Last time, 40%. Oh, 35%. Oh, 38%. Oh, we cannot say this is this. 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 Okay, we do it many times. And so all these numbers, due to the scientific reason, don't think about, teacher, do we do the average? Let's say we did 10 times. Then we add the 10 numbers divided by 10. Then that's this. Don't think that way. That's not true. That's not true. Okay? So, I need this area. So, all these numbers is where we follow a normal distribution. This is why this is everywhere. It's a fundamental. Right now, you look at this number. Looks like a bunch of garbage. Sometimes you may be even thinking, my boss doesn't know. I don't need to call. I just write the number. I just make up the number. Then I can go. So I will say 0.35, 0.38, 0.41, 0.45. I give a calling this man is very tedious, and you say you are cheating out. These are garbage numbers. I can cheat. I can write myself. Don't cheat. These numbers looks like garbage, but when you plot it out, it follows a beautiful normal distribution. It will be like it will be, some numbers will happen more frequent. Let's say you did 100 times, and maybe 20 times. 20 times is 37%. Okay? And maybe 5 times is 33%. 6 times is 41%. So you plot it out is a normal distribution curve. This is the sampling. And with the mean, there was a standard deviation. So you did this, you get the mean. Okay, you did add up. With the mean is you averaged this 100. Let's say you did 100. Okay, let's say you did 100. You average this 100 number is 37%. This is accidentally, First of all, this is the textbook. So the textbook will give you suppose, okay, it is a 37%. This is nobody knows, again, only God knows. Let's suppose, okay, and you did the average, and it's 37%, and you calculated the standard deviation, standard deviation, no, okay, variance, standard deviation will be on your final exam, okay? So the average symbol, the average is is a 37%. Standard deviation is a symbol. For sample, okay, is standard deviation. What's the sample? What's the symbol for variance of a sample? What's the symbol for variance? S squared. This is the variance for sample. For population, variance. And the standard deviation is sigma squared. This is the variance. Don't get confused. Variance for sample, for population, and the standard deviation. Just review, okay? It's in your final. This is the fundamental. This is the fundamental of statistics. So, that if you ever have a sitting in my class, even just one time, you should just. What is the variance? The variance, both variance and the standard deviation means the up and down, okay? And for this, to be honest, this is a small number. This is a small number. Means each between samples, not much change. Maybe this fake number is too much. I wrote it as these fake numbers. This means between each sample, between your first sample, your second sample, is quite stable. Is more or less always close to 37%. The reason is very stable. This number, I shouldn't write, should say 36. The one is too much noise. I should say is 36, 35, 38, and 37. Is a very, each sample, even though is not absolutely equal, vary from sample to sample. However, this is a little bit off, a little bit higher, a little bit lower, a little bit higher, a little bit lower. And the reason this is very stable is because it's a large number. This is a lot of work, 3,500. Every day, you are doing 3,500. This is an advantage. So when you average 35,000, so it's more stable. If you are lazy, you do 35 people each sample. If you do 35 people each sample, not 3,500, then the will up and down. Each sample up and down will larger. This is their professional, a very prestigious institute. So they are doing good work. They are doing good work. Okay, now we understand the question, what the question is asking. Then how to answer it. Use this fact, use this rule to answer the question. In many samples, what percentage of, okay. In all these samples, let's say 100 samples. How many samples will be below the 0.37? Huh? I heard this is the middle line. This is the middle line. 50%. Okay. This is the symmetric, the normal distribution. The building is a symmetric. Is a symmetric. Okay. So is 50%. This 50% will be lower than 37. 50% will higher. Then how about, I should change the number. Anyway, the marker, I don't know which one is the correct marker. Let's mark this is 40, okay? It's on the right side. It's impossible to mark here, right? This is a 37. 40 cannot be here. It's here, okay? Somewhere here. Let's see here. So they're asking what's the percentage? What's the percentage above? And so here we review a little rule, or this rule, not a little rule. Very important. This is the mean, okay? This is the mean. And okay. Bell curve. The middle line, okay? Basically, you will be the one to answer the question. So, this, this is the mean, okay? This is the mean, mu is the population, okay? And the standard deviation, one standard deviation, left and right. Between the two, what's the percentage area? What's this part? Huh? What's this part? 61. 68. Okay. 68. This is a 1 sigma. Yes, it's called 1 sigma. And here has a trick. You noticed I'm drawing this very carefully. How to find, if I give you a curve, how do you find the sigma? How do you find the sigma? Use your finger, really, use your finger, trace it, and at the steepest point, stop there. And here to here is sigma. Here to here is sigma. Okay, and we jump back to if I cross will crash. Huh? Open your book on page 280. Open your book, page 280. 282. Just. The question is on 281. Question 13.11. 13.11. The figure is on the next page. The figure is here. So, question 13.11, page 281. Okay, and this is the page 282. So they want you find out what is the mean and what is the standard deviation. Just to give you the curve. What is the mean? What is the mean? Yeah, this is easy. Then what is the standard deviation? Use the finger on your book, follow. Trace at the steepest point. So it's a 2, okay, it's a 12. But the distance is a sigma. So the sigma, which is the standard deviation, okay, it's easy for me to say sigma, not a standard deviation. So you trace it at the steepest one. It's a 12. And this is the 12, the distance between the 10. So it's 2. Sigma is 2. And let's check the answer, if it is correct or not. The answer is on the back of the book. Check the answer. Is Question is 13.11. So the answer is on page 200. Sorry, 585. Answer is on the page 585. What's the answer? What's the answer?
Standard deviation is around 2. Yes. Correct.
So we did it, right? Yeah. Okay. I jump back to our this economy. I'm jump back to our this economy. This is sampling. So this said the standard deviation is 0.01. So which figure I should use? Maybe I use this one. Okay. So here is the mean is a point 37. Is that I guess is the mean is a 37. And what's here? What's here? Huh?
41.
Come on. Standard deviation is 0.01. So 0. Uh-oh. Do you see it? That's the reason why it's 3.8. That's the reason. Because it's a standard deviation. And the book says it's 0.01. What's here? Right. Okay. And so keep moving on. This is a 68%. If it is a 2 sigma, okay, if it is a 2 sigma, then what is the area? What is the area? Huh? What is this area? What is this area? Yeah, 95%. So for this example, what's the number here? What's the number here? 2 sigma away from the mean. Sigma is 0.01. 39. 2 sigma. So it's 0.02. 02, okay? The middle one is so is 39. And what's here? 3.5. We are working in the core of statistics. We are working in the core of this book. Okay. So I hope you can. Now if 3 sigma away, 3 sigma away. 3 sigma away. So, what's the area? What's the area? The pink one plus the blue one, what's the area? 99.7. Yeah, 99.7. This rule is very, very important. It's a very, very important. So what's the number here? What's the number here? 0.40. What's the number here? 0.34. Okay. 0.34. So what's the area? What's the area of what's the area of here? There's a little bit area. You see? This area plus this area, the yellow. What's the yellow? The two little tail. What's the area? Huh? You said? Yes. 0.3%. Okay? So the total adds up is 100%. Now, just this part, ignore this part. This part, what's this part area? Just this part. Is a half. Symmetric. Everything is a symmetric. So it's a half. So it's this much. Okay. So what's the question here? The question says what's the, in many samples, what percentage of value we solved this now above 0.4. What's the answer? 0.01. Is this okay? Is actually just the same rephrase. The question is what's the area of this a little bit yellow? A little bit yellow. Because this bit yellow is above than 40%. Do you see it? It's the same answer. Say, what is the percentage below 34%? Yes. Below 34%, above 40%, they are equal. Their adding up is 0.3%. Because the big chunk is 99.7%. Now, the way is this, yes, odd number has an answer. Check your book on the back. Check your, the odd number has answers on the, only check the A, do not check B. Okay, do not check now, I'm afraid you are looking at the B. Okay, we're working on B. Don't check now. Don't check now. After we finish B together, you check. In a large number of samples. What is it talking about? What is it talking about? What is it talking about? Yes. What he's asking, before we answered, we need to know what he's asking. Just explain to me what's the meaning of their question.
35 to 38, no, 39 to 40. 35 to 35 to 39, 35 to 39. Red area, pink area is 95%.
This is a very fundamental stuff. First of all, the question, what's the meaning of the question? So it says in a large number of samples, this is one sample, two sample, three sample. So it means you do many, many times. You do many, many times. I'm not clear what means large, but I guess you need to get at least 100 to say it is a large number of samples. Maybe it's 500. You do this 500 times. Is that crazy? Each time is 3,500 people. Each time is 3,500 people. You need to understand. Zero point 0.37. Yeah, I just write borrow. But we should actually, this is reflecting the whole story here. But I'm explaining is this. In a large number of samples, you do this many, many times. Sounds crazy. Each time is 3,500 people. Each time, let's say you did 100 times. 100 times is, how many numbers? How many people you are asking? And of course, previously we have talked about many people doesn't answer. They just, I have no time to answer you. So, if you want to get the 3,500 result, you maybe have to call 5,000 people. You maybe have to call 5,000 people to get 3,500 answers. It is a lot of work. But anyway, you got paid, okay? Don't worry about it. You just do it day by day. It's your job. Your boss is paying you. Let me finish this, okay? It will be in 1 minute. We'll be done, okay? Okay, now you know what it is. What is asking? It is a little bit scary, unnatural. But do you want this kind of job? If paying big bucks, why not? Okay, so what's the range contains 95% of value? What's the range? So you're saying in these 100 numbers, 95% of these numbers will be in which range? 95% of these numbers. Because it's 100 numbers, we can say more or less 95 of them will be in which range? Will be in which range? Will be the pink one, okay? The pink one between 3.5 to 3.9. Most of time in our daily life, we use 2 sigma. We use 2 sigma, which is 95%. Because for 3, this, even though, but it's too wider. It's too wider, which is not useful. For example, you can say the answer will be between 0 and 100%. Yes, it's definitely true between 0 and 100%. But I don't need you to say that. I don't need you to say that. It doesn't, it's not helpful. Like you are telling me, say, there will be between 0% to 100% going to vote for Biden. Are you out of your mind? Yeah. So we don't want to widen in daily life. This is too widen. You say the average height of Chinese people is between 0 centimeter to 200 centimeters. Of course that's true, but that's too wide. If you say the average height of Chinese people is between 170 centimeters to 180 centimeters, then that is useful. That is useful. You say 95% of Chinese people, their height is between 165 centimeters to 185 centimeters. Then that is useful. If you say it's between 0 centimeters to 200 centimeters, that's okay. So we normally use 2 sigma, 95%. Not too narrow, only 68%. Not too sure. This is there's a big chunk is not included. Okay, now you may check the answers on the back, okay? And we take a break now.